Hello, this is Grandma Sunshine, and I'm so very happy to see you. I love you and I wish the best for you. And so I'm going to share some thoughts I've had about eating habits of the poor because there are a lot of poor people out here. When I was growing up, poor people were thin because they ate from their garden. You know, like grocery stores are designed, the food is on the outside, and so are, the meat, the real food is on the outside. The meat, the dairy, the vegetables, things that are just ingredients, to make good food. Inside is all the junk food that's already been prepared for you and packed as full of preservatives and calories and fats as you can imagine. Back to the poor people when I was growing up. They had, they ate fresh vegetables and very little meat. They would eat cheap cuts of meat and make soup out of it. And they would cook dried beans. We had a lot of dried beans. I remember there was a time when I was growing up that all we had were beans. And all we had were beans. And that's because they were dried and stored and kept for emergencies. But you see, none of us, my mother, my dad, our neighbors, nobody was overweight. Everybody ate from their garden or from the grocery store's garden, okay? Fast forward, after the advent of White Castle, McDonald's, Burger King, all these, and my parents said, no, we don't go eat that junk at all. And, it was still cheaper to eat vegetables and beans. But, okay, fast forward, McDonald's and all those others, and now you see people, well, I want to go back 10 years ago because things are changing. 10 years ago, it was rare to see anybody that was not overweight. And I think you can agree with me when you say some people and this isn't their fault. No, they fell into a trap. We all did. I did. We all fell into a trap because we're busy, we don't have time, but we're starving, we don't know how to cook, there's nothing at home to cook. So what do? You stop at the cheapest place you know to eat, at the fast food restaurant. It's not cheap, folks, because in the long run, it's going to cause you medical problems. Now, I think everybody, my audience, you all probably know this, but you probably need to think about it. Fast forward today from 10 years ago, and I noticed there are I think there's more healthy, slim people than there are overweight people. And what do you see people bragging about all the time on YouTube? They're always wanting to tell you how they lost weight. Look at me, watch me go through this, and that's good. That's very good. And I hope it encourages some of you to do the same thing if you need to. But the point of this video is fast food is not cheap. It has long-term bills that you're going to come due. Your heart, your weight, your organs, your kidneys, your blood pressure. And see, all of your organs suffer from your blood pressure going up. And what's the main thing to cause your blood pressure go up? Diet and age and being overweight. Okay? So I'm handing it to you straight. If you know someone who's fast food addicted, if you have little children that beg you to stop at McDonald's, don't. You're not doing them any favor. And there's going to be a quick payback of a little dopamine, like, oh, I did this for my children and now they're happy. It's not worth it. I see children today blimped out as big as their parents. And I don't understand why the parents can't see it. Is it because they're overweight and they think, well, I'm going to let my kid get overweight like me? I don't think so. That's not a good plan for me. Well, I did it. I fed my grandchildren McDonald's. I didn't feed my children McDonald's because I was too poor when I was raising them. And I was, but then I learned about the effects, the long-term effects of eating fast food. Maybe this didn't need to be said, but I don't know if anybody else has drawn the conclusion I have from back. People were normal size, and then it happened, and people's sizes went from this to this to this. And I don't know, maybe it was 20, 30 years ago. My husband was trying to be nice, and he was saying, have you noticed how different people look today? How odd they look today? He didn't want to be any more critical than that, so I didn't understand what he meant. And then I made a comment about it, and I wasn't quite so nice. and he says, that's what I've been saying. I said, yeah, I see it. But thankfully, I'm seeing the reverse. Now, I don't know how many of you stayed this long with me. I hope it was of some encouragement to you. All right? Keep the commandments and be the bride. And we'll see you on the other side. If you have a chance, I would appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed eternity. Shalom, folks.